God.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
There was a lot of traffic and probably a really bad accident. This should go down. Can we put the flag?
Yeah, there was like a 4-car pileup on 45.
Oh, dang, I hope they're okay.
It was just a bunch of rear ends, like one after the other. Like the first guy stopped too sharp. The guy behind him hit him. He hit the guy in front of him.
That's so bad.
Well, all right. Hope that everyone's okay. Please be safe. If you're not, stop it and be safe.
We have a minute before.
We do have a minute. That's why I'm trying to talk about the horrific car accident and how our flag's not centered because with the 24-hour life something glitched
we had to move stuff.
And everything moved and now it's not centered.
Oops.
And that's kind of annoying a little bit, but it's okay. Audio listeners, you totally understand our pain. Hi everyone, welcome to the Divine and Conquerors Hogwarts Prep. This is everyone here's first campaign, which is a very important thing about our game that everyone here is learning how to play D&D.
Yes.
And if you're new to D&D or if you want to learn how to play D&D, this is a really, really good stream.
This is the game for you.
Also, it's Harry Potter themed.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of muggles
1940
words.
Harry Potter, what?
Yeah.
1943.
Yeah, we are currently 1943.
Are we 34?
No, 43. We're in the summer of 43.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought we
Summer
were in 44 already.
No. We need to slow down the pace for the new movie to come out so I can rip off the ideas and not misquote what Grindelwald's going to do.
Uh-oh.
What if we're just giving the writers ammunition with what Grindelwald's gonna do?
We're already giving Matt Mercer ammunition.
I know.
Yes,
He
the
likes
hair.
to watch us.
He does. He lives. It's a very odd coincidence that we keep doing very similar things in our storyline.
Yes.
Speaking of Matt Mercer and Critical Role, let me do a humble brag as I drop my books. Because someone's got tickets to go see Critical Role. You see that? It was a pain in the butt to get them. But yeah. It was a heart attack and a half. 6-minute heart attack. But yeah,
only 6 minutes?
Only
Wow.
6 minutes of a heart attack. But yeah, we're gonna go this suitor date. Also, our friend who is now part of the team, but Lynn, her Patreon's down below for the Alistair comic, which is also on Webtoons. I think that's it. Yeah, is it Webtoons? Okay.
I love Webtoons.
Yeah, the comics on Webtoons.
I'm gonna freaking watch
You
that.
should.
Oh, I could actually cuss. I'm gonna fucking, read that shit.
Yeah, you should. Her Patreon's down below.
We dodged YouTube's algorithm.
Yes.
Ha ha ha, fuck. Okay.
There's a new component to the algorithm, which might be not good for anything that's over like 10 minutes long.
Okay.
But
Excessive cussing?
No. It's in the amount of minutes the eyeball stays at the video.
Oh, what?
They want to mimic
Without female nipples.
without female nipples. They want to mimic
What are they
Netflix.
thinking?
The eyeball has to be glued on and not moved
What?
for it to count for monetization.
Huh.
What?
Yeah. So if you were like, oh, so I need to go pee, like that's not positive for the algorithm. You need to consecutively watch it. And a 3-hour show consecutively watching. But if you are doing it in audio format, that's pretty cool.
Hey.
The big announcement, there is a new co-writer for Alistair, which is Vic, our Barbarian boy.
Woo!
He's a co-writer on it.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Vic.
We also like to give a shout out to our friends at Talent Claw.
Yes.
We use the code Divine Conquer, you get 10% off these amazing DM screens or these amazing dual hex DOS vaults.
Woo.
Oh, they're
Super
beautiful
cool.
and they're
Yeah.
so pretty.
And they smell amazing.
And they
do
have
smell
dice trays.
How do you know how they smell?
Because I
We
smell them all
always
the time.
smell
We
them.
smell
As soon as they
everything.
come, you gotta. Nope. I mean, as soon as they arrive.
We
You got-
get
you
you
got it.
guys. I'm
You
sorry.
got it.
I don't like cocaine. I just love the way it smells.
As
So
a-
what are you going to eat there?
It's so-
No.
it's so
As
good.
a werewolf, I have to smell everything.
And pee on things
Sticks.
in the woods.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have to mark things
Thank
as
you
my
for letting
own.
us know that you were peeing on things.
Welcome.
Damn it, Jess.
Ren Fair.
I did.
Is
and
it
it was
cooking?
great.
To cast a cool animate thing to make it do something, and then someone peed a counterspell on it.
Counterspell pee. But
That's what I
if we don't
do.
have any more announcements,
I believe not.
let's roll that motherfucking bean footage.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
My God.
Hey, Mike is hot.
What?
One thing I want to quickly note.
Yeah.
In the intro, if my background is that dark blue, you might want to change my text to white.
So, like, it's not an issue at all until you tell me it's an issue.
Now it's an issue.
It's just a little hard to see.
Do you want to edit it and do it?
No, but I'll get Trent to.
Okay. Alright. Fair enough. So, while I deduct XP from Griswold.
Wow!
No.
10,000, 1,200?
10,000, 1,200, sure.
17.
Yeah. How much is level 30? That's much. It's been a bit.
Yeah.
So, the Order of the Broken Moth.
That's our name!
It's the code name on a thin folder that the Ministry has for you guys.
Yeah.
After defeating the odd necromancer by the name of Omni, who was trying to get the artifacts from all 4 vaults in... Ryan, if you correct me on another issue. After trying to get the 4 artifacts in all 4 vaults of Hogwarts, 1 representing for each house, convincing and twisting a old green Welsh to her whim, and oddly evading the eye of the Ministry. You guys
Tricky bitch.
Yeah, very tricky.
Trixie
But
Hobbits.
you guys managed to defeat her. And with that, unveiled a slew of information that the Ministry was unaware of. 1, that she existed. 2, that there was a Welsh occupying and trying to take over the territory of the Forbidden Forest and thus claiming the school itself. Giving information about specific... No, not specific, but the Grindelwald's people infiltrating the Ministry and somehow taking or restricting information or killing people off in the mines for the Minotaurs.
Sorry about your fingers, Oliver.
Yeah, poor Oliver. This one session too late. But with all that, taking a long-deserved break, releasing a maybe misunderstood beast, playing along with its treasure. By the way, the baby's name is Treasure.
Oh my freaking God! Oh my freaking skipping Jesus!
Yes.
Skipping Jesus, that's great.
Also, Borlong staying behind in the secluded and charm-protected area of Iceland to be along with some other dragon folk that it's been a while. Newt also staying behind in his own way to trying to help. Maybe a little bit more personal for him, and he just wants information. But nonetheless, he's helping.
And that cute brown-headed chick.
Oh yeah, that one chick, that one American girl. Training on foresight and learning about what a third eye is, and seeing how Sonya can open it. Also understanding that what Omni could do was considered a myth. To be able to read others' prophecies. Thank you.
Oh shit, I corrected you on something else.
Get out.
He doesn't even say anymore, he just does the
It's just an infinite number at the moment. It's just forever going. Also training loosely training with the Alpha and learning that there is something to our Lost in the Aether Josh's character. There we go. Thank you.
We lost connection
Yes, we
with
did
our
lose
friends.
But learning that there is some type of lineage to Jericho's bloodline, that it's not just pure, it's akin to royalty. Also, helping out the Omegas who are now Alphas, find a new place, start regrow the farm, grow new crops.
That reminds me, I need you to send a message to your dad when you get the chance.
Okay.
Maybe trading some wheat or magical crops for silver, and either the Muggle or the Wizarding trading post. And then taking a small little break, maybe being for future endeavors, maybe a partnership with the Ministry for some missions here or there, but people have agreed to, loosely agreed to, but agreed to.
Independent
Contracting. Yes, that should have been the name of the episode. And learning, well, at least not learning, Dumbledore kind of prying in on people's minds. It's a habit that he has. And at least in his way, trying to assist you guys to discover what Omni was. And the only lead that you guys had was don't go to Egypt.
Yeah.
So we decided to go to Egypt.
We went to Egypt.
We're in Egypt.
And we're meeting...
After defeating the sand elemental that Unsamni laid out as an alarm system when anyone was using his specific chimney.
We didn't know.
Yeah, Dumbledore didn't either.
We just killed it.
Yeah, you guys demolished it. By the way, everyone should get 360 XP out of your character sheet for defeating that elemental.
Yay.
So, we're going to start there.
So we're at 24,360.
Sound about right. Alright, and everybody that is here, let us not be okay with a check your HP warranty status, but
I mean, our HP's pretty good lately.
Speak for yourself. I'm pretty goddamn squishy, okay?
I mean, I'm the squishiest, so I got no room.
I'm squishing.
I don't think so.
yeah, you got pretty high con, but again, just because it's been I think it's been what, over a week now that we played.
Yeah.
Yes.
Time was a thing. Unsamni, as he's walking by in very loose sandals, you see that the sand desert is definitely going inside of his shoes. That kind of wrap around to his heels. He has this his left arm is completely exposed to the elements. He doesn't have anything covering himself or protecting him from the sun. He does have part of his head shaved on the right side, as he has these really intricate, pretty braids that are all this bright red.
Ooh.
Yes.
He's a handsome man.
He is very handsome. He is very toned. He is a lovely chocolate skin toned man who is dreamy.
Hello.
Yes. He has a red and yellow
First
sash
Orlum,
around
now
him.
this guy? Fuck's sake, Neff.
She is like 17.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
horny.
Get out.
It's teen angst. It's real.
It's exactly what it is.
As the last words, and we'll repeat from last game, was, how can somebody help you?
Sonya, what are we looking for again? I forget. It's been a while.
Anything that's to do with Omni, so raising undead, creepy stuff, you know, purple lady bitch stuff, you know, the typical stuff.
Do you guys deal with a lot of undead from your area?
We've
It's not typical here. Tends to be
Yeah.
more people.
We figured with the mummy thing, maybe we just don't know anything about Egypt. But
She
we thought
specifically
maybe.
said not to come to Egypt, so
We think that's where she might originate from.
We called her
We're rebellious
necromancer.
teenagers, we decided to come when you didn't want us to go.
She was
Well, there's
also-
a lot of secrets in the sand.
she was also called Faith Weaver.
Do not know what that
Okay.
means. I also don't know what an Omni is.
When she left, she became sand again. So is that a thing?
Yes, actually, to kind of get a little bit serious, when my people die, we also turn into sand. It's a thing that all Egyptians have.
I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not.
As after a
Insight?
second,
Can I
he just
roll
starts.
insight?
Yeah, roll insight. Yeah.
I mean, I guess technically all humans degrade into what
I mean,
could be sand, but
Yes.
19?
this was an
He-
instantaneous effect.
For a second, you're like,
Alright.
he's either a really good actor or this is the truth. And you're like, I know he's bullshitting, but he's not letting off. As soon as your mind comprehends that, he just starts bursting out laughing.
Oh, that was a good one, man. Thank you.
Reconnection. Okay. Come, follow. Let's go to Brais.
Where?
Brais. It's an oasis. It's a.
Oh, thank God. You just see me start to look immediately relieved. It's Oasis. I can talk to plants here.
It could just be all water.
Brais, B-R-I-C.
Yeah. It's like Paris, but with a B.
Oh, thank you.
Oasis.
Yes, it's what I call
amazing.
home.
That sounds.
You have an oasis out in the middle of the Egyptian desert.
Well, it's not mine, but
Oh.
I live there.
Oh.
Amongst with all the other magics.
Ooh, yeah, that's where we need to be.
Thank you.
That's
It's about a 4 to 5 hour walk.
Yay, walking.
Alright.
We got some time then, okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Ready to go? Yay.
I will feel totally refreshed and full of things by the time we get there.
So,
Things I expended.
as you, unless there's anything else that you want to do in the tavern that is complete ruin and just there for some purposes that he has.
The chimney, obviously.
The chimney, that's the only thing that he's using it. Can we turn them down to the tavern because I only hear air
Static,
going through.
yeah.
I don't know if this is actually turning them down.
No.
It all good.
Okay.
I guess.
She
She muted. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
As long as you can hear us, Steph. Okay, cool. So, is there anything that you guys want to do before you start walking aimlessly into sand dunes?
Can I put on mage armor?
You can. Yeah, you can cast Mage Armor if you want to.
How long does mage armor last?
A long time.
I think a couple hours.
Yeah, like a time there.
Yeah.
8 of them.
8 hours. As you get your wand out and you cast a spell. And you all notice one thing. He, at least outwardly, has nothing to protect him from the elements, nor does he have a wand.
So he can just cast.
So as we're walking, there's two things I want to talk to him about.
Yes.
One, can he do wandless magic? And two, what are the plants like in the desert?
Dry. I don't communicate with them very
Oh.
much. They tend to
No sense of
either be
humor.
really, really big and absorb a lot of water, or
I've heard of tales of wandering cactuses.
there are some cactuses in the bazaar, if that's what you want.
No, they like
Magical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can,
Wow.
yeah, I can show you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we're going that way anyway, so I'll show you.
Somebody's popular.
It is, it's all that you guys use wands. We don't.
Really?
Wagadu is a school that is completely wandless.
Is it easier or harder to control magic without a wand? I mean, I'm sure because you learned without a wand that it just probably comes natural to you, but
We tend to, as he's moving his hands, you see the sand starts accumulating and starts circling around. We tend to use the elements to our advantage. Manipulate it, and as he extends his fingers outwardly, you see that the circle of wind that was collecting scatters in 5 directions.
Ooh.
Some might call it sand bending. Just depends on the type of magic you want.
that's cool.
That is super cool.
Since you guys defeated my alarm system.
Sorry
It's
about
okay.
that.
Your
Sorry,
alarm
we've
system
been here-
deserved it.
We've been here saying, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I understand.
We bent it the wrong way. Sand out of the wrong bend.
It's a good joke. As you
Don't
guys
worry,
are
I'm
walking,
just gonna turn it to sand now.
about an hour or so is going to pass by. Unless there's any other conversation you guys want to do before.
I'm starting to look around, just
Mhm.
like, see, is it just sand dunes in every
In
foreseeable direction?
Every direction there are sand dunes. You guys are wondering how the fuck he knows where he's going.
So I'm gonna ask him that. I'm assuming because you've grown up in the desert that navigating this comes naturally to you. But I would be totally lost without you. Like, how do you navigate?
It's a field. It's a seed. There's specific. The dunes changed, but not the feeling of where you're going.
Okay.
This is my home, and I understand which ones to turn and which ones to not. Reading the weather also helps.
Okay.
Also, this is really useful too. He kind of pulls out from his robe a little stone. It's also really useful.
Son of a bitch.
Is there something we should be doing to protect ourselves from the elements since we're not really familiar with the
You
environment?
should probably get a ring of cooling. He kind of moves his finger and see he has a ring that you see is ever so slightly glowing red. It just pulsates with red. That's why it keeps so warm. Or cool. Depends.
I know it
It's
gets cold
comfortable.
at night, right?
It's freezing.
Yeah.
Yes. But,
Where could we get that at the
we're
Oasis?
at the bazaar. You guys
Okay.
can buy your cactus and your rings there. But until then, I use your hands. Or put shade around your head. You have many cloths. You're very badly dressed for the desert.
Yeah, that's true of almost everywhere
We probably
go.
should have prepared a little bit more before we just flew powdered our way over here. Like,
Probably, but
I feel
Yes.
like there's a certain Dumbledore that could have told us that.
No one doesn't like to tell people
I mean,
things.
I kind of have a
Like,
hood
let us
on my.
find out on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I've got the Griswold mask on, so.
Okay. Well, I will need everyone to roll me Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no.
Yay, that's what we get.
That is exactly what you guys deserve for playing my game.
that was there.
That was bad.
That was.
I really hope I hit the DC here.
I really
So
hope I
the
hit
DC for the first roll is 10.
13.
For the first roll?
You guys are gonna be several hours in this desert. The temperatures are ranging at the beginning of the day at 104, and it's going to increase. The average temperature for Egypt in this location tends to be about 120.
Well, I hit a 15.
So you are fine. Sweating, tired, it sucks. The sun is beating, the sand hurts, it is everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
What about a broom?
It's in my underwear.
You can use your broom if you want. Sure. You hop on your broom. Okay.
I got a 13.
Okay. You're quite fine. But
I got a 23.
you are fine, and we'll hear
What's
what.
your con modifier?
She's a beefcake.
I'm proficient in con saving
Yeah.
throws as well. So.
Me too.
So after the first, what did we get on Constitution saving throw?
Good. Goes back. Back.
Those were words.
Those are a lot of words. But as you guys are walking by, the sun starts rising more, getting even more intense, reaching to close to about 15? DC is 10, so as long as you guys hit 10, we're fine. Sweating and miserable and uncomfortable, but fine, stat-wise. About 2 p.m. hits.
At this point, I am using my shield to try and.
Sure,
Like-
understand.
The
As
eyeball's
after
not
a while, it
appreciating
also
it.
starts getting heavy. Like it's just
Is the eyeball squinting?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the eyeball you've got to realize is made of moss,
Okay.
so it's like a magical moss,
it's magical muscle.
but
It's not getting brown.
it's
I mean, I'm
probably not
drinking
enjoying
water.
itself
Yeah.
very much.
I'm drinking some water.
Okay, that
Oh,
will
yeah.
assist. As I need everyone to roll me a secondary Constitution saving throw for the second hour. And since you're drinking water,
That
your
wasn't
DC
what
will
I was
drop by a
supposed to
little
do. Are we keeping it or should I change
do you
it?
even know what number that was?
Jess
I
picked
just
it up
picked it
as
up.
it landed. It was 13,
If-
I guess. I mean, she
Was
didn't
it?
move it, but I didn't see it.
I didn't move it. It was on there.
Okay, Bill's 13. I was 13.
But I mean, it's with my
Yeah,
6,
well, yeah.
so it's 19.
My shield does not like me very much.
But the DC for the second hour has increased to 12.
18.
Yeah, 19.
You're good. As long as you guys are good, We are suffering. You got a 4?
I got a 4.
We have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
As your shield, it's kind of squinting, and also just you doing this. It's cooler, but it's also now you kind of start to. It's just getting so heavy, and you start relaxing on your head.
I put it
and
on
now
my back.
Start getting a small headache, and now we have disadvantage on all ability checks. The third hour goes by, even more miserable, as there is a. The only thing that is a distraction is Unsamni's hum. He's just humming by to his own little song. Every now and then, looking at you guys, you're fine.
Insomni, can I borrow your ring for a second?
No, you can buy one.
I'm sure they have to be attuned, don't they?
No, not these actually. This is one of the lower levels. They're pretty weak. You just make sure that I don't die.
Okay, fair.
And I don't imagine you guys will die until maybe the third day.
Oh, thank you.
So 4 hours, not bad.
I don't know. I'm pretty stout. I can handle shit.
Yes. I also heard you pee on sticks.
It's my animalistic nature.
Understood.
When you gotta go.
You gotta go. As the third hour passes by, with an odd amount of shade, but still suffering. The fourth hour, I need the last Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And I have disadvantage on it?
You had disadvantage on this one. Well, this is ability checks, not saving throws, so you're fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that was
That is
probably still a fail.
The DC for now that we are reaching the peak of 4 p.m., it has increased to 15.
Yep, that's a fail.
I rolled a 17. So.
Okay. And we got above 15? Okay.
Yeah.
So, if we have that,
Lost her.
Griswold, you are not doing well at all. With 2 points of exhaustion.
I blame the lack of plants.
It definitely is a lack of plants. With 2 points of exhaustion, now you have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is halved. Just letting you know, each point of exhaustion takes 1 full rest. 1 long rest.
Wow.
I have a dumb question.
Whoa.
Yes.
My movement speed is halved. If I cast freedom of movement, does that negate it?
I believe so, because it's an enchantment, yeah.
It only lasts for
So
an
how
hour,
many do
though.
I have?
Yeah.
And I don't want to use it because it's 4th level.
What
As-
did you say, Josh?
You fine.
You roll a 2?
How many points do I have? I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 10.
So you failed twice. You're suffering 2 points of exhaustion. So disadvantage on all ability checks. That is not attacks nor saving throws, and your speed is half. It takes.
I'm going to see right now.
Yeah, it takes 1 full 8 hours to relieve the second point of exhaustion. You go to
Jericho
1 point.
falls
It's going to
asleep
take you
in the
2
sand.
full nights rest to be fine.
Aw.
Yes. And as you guys are walking by, both of you exhausted. Just the heat is not doing it for you. Maybe it was just not enough water in your system. Just mentally not prepared for this. The environment completely sucks. Everything starts getting a little hazy
Oh no.
for you guys.
Oh no.
Still his ring. Give me the ring.
As he kind of looks a little bit concerned at you. Is he gonna be okay?
I'm gonna give him some water.
Okay. As you drink water,
Get
it
water.
hurts down your throat a little bit. The first couple of gulps, and without realizing, you almost drank all of the canteen of water that.
Son of
Nev screams at you.
Animalistic nature.
a... Oh, you dick! That's my words.
As the waves start to appeal more, you start seeing a building. You keep walking, and it might be a mirage, but it turns out to not be. You hear crowds of people. You hear footsteps. You hear the of a camel walking by, and you have arrived at your destination.
Yay.
As I switch a little bit of the music to hopefully not be terribly loud. But, the one that I wanted to use isn't available for us. But, let me put out a little map for you guys.
Yay!
Happy, happy, happy children. Oh my gosh!
That's not a little map. That's a whole thing.
It's kind of.
It's a map.
It's
Do
a
you
map.
need help
Of
or do you
fun.
have it? Okay, you got it.
I got it.
That's a whole thing.
As we're gonna place our characters
Wow.
You want to move
as
maybe on
entering
the
the
edge,
city, or at least this portion of the city. And it is a extreme populated bazaar. Where is Unsamni? Unsamni is leading you guys. Okay.
Oh,
right
you
here.
handsome.
Let me see this beautiful red hair.
I don't think I see you
I
right here.
really could not find a miniature that I was okay with Unsamni, so I just
Well,
found
I'm
a
sure
pirate.
he's handsome no matter
I mean,
You
yeah.
just found a pirate. That
I
works.
literally,
Dashing
it was
and
like in
debonair.
the Pathfinder, no shade, but in the Pathfinder box set for NPCs, nor in anything that I have purchased as a human miniature, do I have any. I have like 2 options for dark skinned characters. It's either you're white skinned or you're green skinned because you're an orc.
Ooh.
So it's either a pirate or a gypsy lady. So a pirate guy, because at least that's the gender that he is.
Fair.
But yeah, so, no shade. As you guys are staggeredly walking for you two, but the town is busy. As the entrance seems to be the front center for trade, as that's where people are coming in, so that's where the money is, because you guys all gather pretty easy enough that there's no reason to be here unless you have purpose, and if you have purpose, you have money.
Yeah.
As you guys are walking into the oasis of Brais, you see large and small stands decorated in all sorts of warm colors and then contrasting with blues and greens. You see large stacks organized, extremely well organized, just stacks and stacks of carpets and rugs all over in one section. On the other section, you start seeing these odd glass tubes that people are pouring with water and start to heat up to smoke out of these water pipes. You also start seeing giant, like big barrels filled to the brim, almost making a really neat and stacked pyramid of just different arranging of spices and teas and flavors and just different types of scents. You see Turkish lamps hanging throughout. You see this one woman literally decorated from her wrist all the way to her top of the forearms in just silver on the left and gold on the right with different rings around, as she has a very small but protected by 2 other men blanket of just jewelry. You also see a tiny little candy shop with little square candies here and there. But
Drugs.
you see all that.
I'm just kidding.
Candy.
I'm going to look to Unsamni and say, one word. Tavern.
As he says, you might not want one here.
No, I just... cactus water? Just... Yeah, please.
Okay. As he kind of starts picking up the pace a little bit, and you see that he's ignoring everything. As there's people starting and speaking to you, and you're quickly listening. This is a Muggle city. We're afraid of you guys, Muggles. They start speaking in Arabic. Some start speaking in Zulu. Some start speaking Romanian or other languages. But it's a cultural feast of just languages. And when you do not respond to one, they quickly switch to another language. And about the maybe about 40 or 50 feet in the city, everyone now starts speaking English to you guys. Broken English, but they start speaking English, and
They
everyone
figure.
around starts speaking English as well. As
I mean, we look like outsiders. It makes sense.
none of them approach Unsamni,
Sweaty
but they're
outside.
all trying to approach you.
I think we have money.
But Unsamni is walking, and he looks like he's walking straight, centered into the middle of this area.
I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, just want to make sure my sister's asleep.
Can
Okay.
we do perception to see
Yeah,
what we
please,
see
roll
around?
perception. Yeah.
I mean, you are good.
Can we all, or?
Yeah, everyone can roll perception.
Cool.
I'm excited about that.
Is this an ability check?
This is considered a ability check.
Yeah, crap.
Yay.
I got a dirty 20.
That was cocked.
I got a 21.
Let's see, the dirty 20, what can I come up with?
Sonya got a 55.
What did you get, Sonya?
27.
Close enough.
Other than you guys being literally the only white-skinned folk here.
Oh, that's why we stick out.
I
Like
got a
sore
19, and that's with disadvantage.
Okay, you guys are noticing this. What do we get?
21.
Okay, well, yeah, you're noticing this. Jericho, what do we get?
I got 12.
Jericho, you're the only one not noticing this. You need water, and you need it now, and Unsamni's walking to a fountain.
Oh, thank God!
It's littered and decorated with lily pads, very organized and well.
Ooh.
And as you guys are salivating at the water, the girls notice that there's an additional colonizer here. He has an odd hat, and he's just looking at some. He's looking at a shop that sells blades, but he doesn't look. He doesn't look like a wizard or anything. But there is one other individual that might be some sort of interest. If you guys so wish to communicate with them. But as soon as you two plunge towards the water, you see that Unsamni kind of lifts his finger up and waits a couple of seconds, and you see that a dragonfly lands on it immediately as he's with the fountain. And you guys immediately notice, as you guys are just water, notice that he's looking around and he's not really saying anything. And then with the 27, as soon as Unsamni notices that no one's looking, he speaks, and you notice that that's what he was waiting for. No one other than you guys can notice. And I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of this, but you do see that he says, "If Nyafme Sensen," and then you see that the mouth of the fly opens, and I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Do I get an advantage or no?
Nope.
I'm not good at dex. I steam.
Okay.
Oh. Woofda.
I don't have disadvantage on this, correct?
No, because it's a saving throw.
Okay.
But you do your modifier.
Yeah. Yeah. You saw your dexterity modifier. So, what do we get?
14.
That's a pass.
21.
Pass.
13.
That's a pass. Whenever we reach them,
It's just dropping like crazy today.
yeah, I don't understand. Whether I don't know. But what do we get on dexterity saving throw?
What?
Dexterity saving throw. As soon as he says, "If Yemeth Sensen,"
17?
that's a pass.
Come on.
And what language was that, by the way?
It's Arabic. As you hear him saying that, he says, "Open sesame," but in Arabic.
Yay!
And literally the entire bazaar turns upside down to you guys. And all the shops are pretty much where they are, but the entire people are different.
What?
The shops now are completely different, just the locations are mimicking what was above. And it seems as though you guys have
Holy
come
crap!
into the magical part of the bazaar.
Holy
and it is
fricky
big.
frack.
You still see the sand dunes in the desert how they were, but it's not. The bazaar is bigger. You see the sand powdered down and compressed down. You see some stores with cobblestone. You don't see the rug salesman anymore or the lady with jewelry, but you see a potion salesman shop. Or you see a man with an arrangement of different flowers and plants behind him. And then you hear in really kind of broken English, "Ibsnit says me, open sesame," and another man comes back. The same man with the hat that was looking at the scimitars also comes to your area.
Ooh, can we say hello to him?
Yeah, you can say hello to him.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my god! What is the timing? Oh my god!
He's Leon Jones.
I was wondering why there was another chair over here.
It's almost like things were
I had
planned.
Taco Bell on this.
That was a complete
Hello.
surprise. I want you guys to realize this. This was a complete surprise. Oh my god! Yay!
It's freaking hot out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mama
I
likes
was-
it to
I was
be.
in character,
It's.
so
I
I need to
want you
wear
guys to
it.
understand the theme of the desert. It has to be 80 degrees in here.
I was wearing this jacket for costume
so-
purposes.
You can take it off if you need to.
Oh yeah, jack it off.
Take it up.
As you see,
sir.
again, I'm not sure exactly how much you were listening to or what you were not listening
Oh.
to. Oh, you were listening to the whole thing? Okay, so
I was
as you
listening on the street.
as technically you guys should be here now because you're in the middle of the.
Oh, look how awesome.
How freaking cool! I'm so excited now.
Yeah, me too.
As you see Unsamni, friend of yours.
I have no idea who this person is.
Hello? I don't know him, but I'm willing to make friends.
He seems pretty awesome.
While I'm grabbing my things in my
Yeah, as soon as you get everything that you need to go. Yeah.
I'm looking at the lily pads to see if they're magical now.
On this side, they roll me
He
Arcana.
tried to bite you.
How damn it!
Fuck, I have disadvantage on this, don't I? Son of a bitch. There's a 12 and. Hey, okay, I'll take the 12.
My temporary character sheet.
Yeah, of course.
Plus 13.
Maybe not innately to what you would need, but they are at least part of the component, or at least the focus for the magic trick that it appeared.
What?
And as you guys are looking, you also see that going further down where the desert was, there is villages. As you guys were noticing, you
No,
see
charge it.
a little
Maybe a little bit.
girl
I love
running
this thing,
by
by the way.
with
Absolutely.
also just as bright red hair and this beautiful braid that goes into like 3 sections that connects in the back, running with sandals and
Insomnia.
to Unsamni as he embraces her, and he just picks her up and hugs her.
Oh, like
Khaleesi. No, I'm kidding.
Close, but it's I'm Hill.
What?
I'm Hill. She's my daughter. She's a tricksy one. As she kind of like ducks her head, and then she looks at you. and
I
kinda
still have the mask on.
Gives you a squint, and then kind of looks down, and then you hear it in this exact voice of her trying to imitate a crow, and her face looks up, but it is a crow.
Whoa!
awesome.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, you are so special! You're so cool!
So I'm going to look
Yeah.
to Insomni and say, are there any potions that counteract the effects of the desert?
We do have a barbaric chew.
Barbaric chew?
Barbaric chew.
Barbaric chew?
It's,
Hey!
I'll show you the come. Don't get trouble.
calm down.
As the little girl, as he's walking in front of him, and she kind of turns around, still, and then she looks and she kind of like does this, and every time she does, now it's a zebra. As soon as her like eyes go, and it's just the
face?
front part of the face, not the back, as it morphs into a proportion to her size, but a animal, and she can't mimic the noise. But it is a zebra that she transformed into. And then she kind of does it again, and now it's a camel. And then she turns into a small little elephant.
Aww.
And then after she did it a couple times, you see that she's panting as though it's taking a lot of energy and effort to do this.
You're amazing!
Usana like, this is safe. I need to attend to my family. But I trust that you guys know what you're doing. If you defeated the sand elemental, no.
Are there more of those here?
No, this is,
Oh, thank
this is
God.
safe. But here's and he takes you to a shop, and you hear they start speaking Arabic for a little bit, and then a tad bit of like words from Zulu come in, and or Afrikaan, and you see that this man who has the shop at the beginning looked like just a gigantic, like I was gonna say a wrong word, a big giant beetle, but you look at it and it's actually armor,
Nice.
and it has different of like it looks like full plate armor, but it's entirely made out of this gray and brown bug. And he has different sets of it in different sizes, akin to like an armory shop. And then you see that he pulls out this circular container made out of stone. It kind of you hear the as he's unwinding it, and there's this red paste inside that kind of resembles a little bit of a raisin, like in shape.
Yeah.
But here, eat this. And immediately again, like puts out his hand and suddenly pays for the first one. It's a barbaric chew. And you see that he puts out quite a hefty amount of coin for this. Do you eat it?
Yes.
He immediately counteracts 1 point of exhaustion.
Yay! How much was that? We want to be able to.
Wait, does our money work here?
Silver and gold is good.
Cool.
Yes. If you are above, you need some. You need pounds, but in here you're good. For the purposes of introducing a new magic item, the second half of it could be used for Jericho, so you guys both have only 1 point of exhaustion.
Yay!
But it's one-time use. This is just Jesus introducing a magic item. I'm not trying to give you a freebie, not someone else. But
First one's free.
First one's free. That's how they get you. And you feel a legitimate rush of energy. Like, it is an adrenaline rush of just that counteracts the exhaustion. And
nice.
Neff, roll me an insight.
Oh boy.
That's actually good. That is a dirty 20, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Well, the DC was 17.
Dirty 20, yeah.
So, you see that it's both of them. Their chest is racing, like the beginning stages of back when you could not control your range.
Ooh.
Like legitimately, this feels like an adrenaline rush, but you guys don't really feel it that way. But your body is mimicking those actions.
And it was called a barbaric.
Barbaric chew.
Okay.
How you feel, man?
I feel good.
For the next hour, you're gonna feel excellent, and it's gonna slow back down till you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Can I buy another one of those? Like,
yes.
Not to counteract the other point of exhaustion, but I want one in case of emergencies.
Yes. As I pull out my ledger here, as someone's like, you guys can take it. If you need me, just shout out my name.
Where would we go for the schools? Maybe talk to somebody.
I don't think the school's close by to here.
No, school's far.
Okay, well, just basically to
we
get
can take
information. It doesn't
it's
have
about
to
a
be
couple
the
days
school.
trip, but we can make that happen.
Okay.
You should prepare for the heat.
Yeah, that was my next priority.
Yeah.
Is
We're gonna get cooling rings.
Also, you have a hat. That's nothing. Do you see Bub? Just like him. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine a hat.
Yeah. Yeah. I leave you folks to your due. I'm not here to supervise you. I'm just here for guidance. And
they already have one father figure. Thank you.
Yeah, quick question
Yes.
on the party.
I have a dad.
Is everyone except visible
everyone, yeah.
Babies?
They're all
Minors?
No,
Yes.
not everyone.
So-
We're 17 now.
because Jeremiah, you are new to
Hey,
the
we're
game.
old enough, man.
Why don't you describe yourself, and then everyone else can describe themselves
Yes,
as how
please.
they.
Oh yeah, me. I am a.
Oh, if you hit the arty symbol, there you go.
Oh my freaking!
I am a Kalashtar Ranger. Kalashtar Ranger.
What's a
and I talk to myself.
He looks exactly like a human,
Human.
and you won't know what that is until maybe further examination
Yes.
upon other characters in
I just
the Harry Potter
I just
world.
kind of talk to
He looks like a
myself.
human.
I just kind of talk to
I mean,
myself
sorry.
sometimes.
He is a wizard.
I kind of talk to myself, and sometimes you'll see like a little fairies flying over. Anyway,
Ooh.
my name is Leon Jones. What are you kids doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in school? Are you the guardian? Are you teacher?
So many good questions.
Those are a lot of questions.
You see that? Are your weapons equipped? Do you have your whip in your?
I have always my whip on my side.
Fair question.
Okay.
Are you
What
an
weapon?
I think I know
What
where you
kind
got
of
the
weapon?
inspiration for this character.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I have a whip on my side, on my hip. I do have my bow. I do have a quiver of arrows, but I don't have a bow for some reason. Reasons.
Because
Nice.
reasons.
And I have long ponytailed. It needed to be longer, but that's as much as I
Give it
can
time.
do.
Give it time. My Chris will still be accurate.
Dark brown hair. He is 5'9". I'm 5'7".
Cool, we're almost the same height.
The height that I want to be 5'9".
Hi.
And his name is Leon Jones. You might have heard his last name from someone.
Yeah?
Something.
The,
Well-
the chat seems overly informed here.
Yeah.
Jones.
Do you have anything
I-
representing your school?
No.
Okay.
How
Because I
old
graduated
would
like 6 years.
Yeah, I understand. You're not one of those guys that has a Letterman jacket in the ring wherever he goes.
how
Yeah.
old would we say you are?
How old are you?
I am 24.
Okay, so you're in
So
your 20s.
Griswold
You're a
is
little
older.
older than us. Though.
Yeah, I'm
we
in
kind of
my
That's why I was
mid-30s.
like, what are you kids doing?
we could probably recognize that. Okay.
But we're we 17 now,
17,
right?
yeah.
What are
Would
they
the
wearing?
math work? No. Probably by the time you graduated, you guys were just entering school.
Yeah, I graduated like 6 years ago, probably.
Yeah, so you guys would not have seen it.
But I mean, we are almost out.
Roll me history check. Of the people that
Uh-huh.
you were out, you would not have seen this because you were out of school when he got into school.
Gotcha.
So history check the students.
The students.
Maybe.
Sonya, Jericho. Well, that's my first bad rule.
We'll be
Yeah,
I'll say the DC is 13 for history.
Nope.
That is 18. Sorry,
18, okay.
18.
Le five.
23.
23. Okay,
Of course.
so y'all. I mean, that feat really helps. That plus 10 really helps.
I
She
thought
got
this
the
was a
most beautiful
I thought this
feat.
was history, not perception.
Yeah, history. Yeah.
History's +7.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
She's smart lady.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Jericho, what do we get?
I got a 13.
Okay. Well, it's DC, so 13.
Nice.
The name
I
sounds
don't
familiar
know.
to you, Jericho, but you definitely seen a picture frame of a man that looks a little bit like him holding a broom as part of the Ravenclaw Quidditch team.
Ooh. So he's kind of a legend.
I mean, he's a good athlete. I wouldn't say legend, but he's a good athlete.
Okay,
So I'll
fair.
start off by describing my character. You're seeing a guy in like full leather like gear because he won't wear metal. A shield that's currently on his back that has an eye on it that's made of moss looking around.
Very
Oh,
familiar.
that sounds familiar.
A staff
That
with
sounds
moss
familiar.
moss coating the entire bit of it with leather strap around the middle, and a very plain but at the same time kind of ominous plague doctor mask in jet black, also leather, and he's currently wearing a hood, so you can't see
Very
his.
kinky.
Yeah.
So much leather.
That's about to change very quickly.
Which you wouldn't be able to see his face, so you wouldn't know how old he is.
Yeah.
But you'll I mean, RP, you'll see that in a minute. Oh?
He's also like towering over you at like 6'1".
Bastard.
He's a tall one. So, and I'm the opposite. I'm barely over 5 foot. Have reddish brown hair, wearing Gryffindor type color dress, sash. Usually have some kind of book on me, and a wand, and now broom, and a what are we calling the staff? Is it a draconic staff? Is it
You can say it's a parcel tongue or draconic.
Okay.
Both will be the same thing in our world.
yeah, the parcel tongue draconic staff, also with the dragon imbuing, and I'm pretty mouthy, so you'll hear from me.
Okay.
That's interesting.
17?
So, what
This
you see before,
tall child.
you see a 5'7" girl with blonde hair and pigtails on the side of each side of her head, blue eyes, has a shirt that is a bit exposing, I guess, if you want to call it that. you see her midriff for sure.
Definitely not school.
No,
appropriate.
no.
Cover yourself.
You can see the midriff, because why not? It's the free world.
She's a big girl.
Not right now.
You can see, yeah, I know.
Especially not now.
You could see a lot of muscles bulging, and you could see like she's pretty toned, but also kind of meaty. She's got brown.
You totally
slacks
don't see
on.
Leon getting jealous with your muscles.
You see,
Carry on.
brown slacks, brown big ass boots that look like they're just ready to kick,
Someone.
and a maul in her hand.
Okay.
Can we have that be a permanent?
And also she's wearing a cloak. Sorry, that has manta ray.
Yeah. Do you have your cloak up?
No.
Okay. Just because it's very.
Right, I
It's a
wouldn't
cloak.
have it up.
But she does have manta ray cloak.
Yes.
Sonya, do you want to describe yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very short girl also. I'm 5'2", 5'3". I'm on this olive, like tan complexion skin from like Spaniard and European and Romanian background. I'm gonna wear this like nice little gypsy, like flowy red skirt, and I have like this little cream tube top, just kind of with like my bracelets and just kind of very flowy and loose, very unschool appropriate.
Man, am I the only one still in school appropriate clothes?
Yeah, I think so.
I need to upgrade my outfit.
I'm in literally wilderness
Mom.
battle armor.
Team Mom, all the way.
And Jericho, if you
Guys,
want to
be
describe yourself.
Alright.
Hell no.
You see me, I have a black and silver trench coat type. It has a silver cross on the back. I have brown messy hair and silver eyes. I have a black sleeveless shirt, some torn ripped jeans, and untied boots.
Untied boots. Somebody tie these man's boots,
And
please.
I have my two short swords on my side,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna say, I'm the silent one.
Literally the rock star.
So there's a talky one, there's a silent one.
Yes.
Yes.
As
Do you stop for him?
the
Let's balance each other out.
Just don't say rip and tear around him too much.
yeah.
What?
Every time I'm right next to you when you say it.
As you guys are looking at this establishment, one of the few that there's a lot of mundane things. And by mundane, like anything that you would find in Player's Town, weapons and packs. Definitely like explorers packs are very, or clothing that is for the attire. But this man sells a little bit more. You see an arrangement of scimitars like hanging around. There is the Akheng arbor, which is a gigantic cockroach creature, and he makes the hide is extremely thick, and he's forged in a way to make it akin to full plate armor.
Oh, nice.
He also has the barbaric chip.
This dude's got some stuff.
Yeah, he's got some stuff. As a kind of an older man with a thick beard, completely bald. You see one of his eyes isn't really working that well. As you see kind of like the haze around it, and he has working fingers. He definitely not trimmed, kind of long, dirty underneath the nails. With the first, as he's counting the money for the first two that he didn't really count, and kind of like looking at you guys. Yes, what can I do for you?
We're looking for some rings of cooling.
Some things to help us with the desert heat.
It's one to being me. You can get those at a different shop. I have weapons and armor. And chew.
I'll take one more of the chews, please.
Okay. That's
Do you have
180
magical
gold.
biscuits?
180 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So
One? Damn.
For one use of barbaric chew, yeah.
That is steep.
I throw him 18 platinum.
Okay.
Whoa.
As he counts it, and I'm just gonna write your name on here because I printed out magic items just in case you guys did buy something.
Yeah.
So barbaric chew, we're gonna give that to Ryan. All right.
Some monies.
In a minute. You do see a long line of different stores, and just to be a little bit brief before getting on a little bit closer to break time.
Yeah.
We started a little bit late, so we'll push
Yeah.
it along. You do see a store that has rolled up carpets and sashes that they're selling. but they all look really uniform. Every single statue looks very, very uniform. And you see a bright red on it. You see a lady that is selling potions and has little tiny vials of oils as well. There is one shop that literally all the person has is scimitars and daggers. But there's something to them, and you get that hint of this is not a regular blade. You see one frail old woman who is selling a collection of jewelry, stones, and rings.
Go to her immediately.
Okay. There is one person who's selling just a whole bunch of herbs and maps. And has different types of plantage that are moving behind them.
Go to him next.
Okay. Those are the major shops of importance here.
Oh, there it goes.
Can we, while we are still, I assume, in this store with the gentleman, ask him, because he seems older and possibly very knowledgeable in the area.
Wizened, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. I can recognize that as my young, smart-ass self. If we can ask him if he's seen anybody that's, put like magical runes on them, that scarification, that kind of thing. Possibly, I'm thinking maybe she wasn't purple until she came over to where we were. So I think us going down the purple roads, maybe we should just talk about the marcation and the magical enchantment type thing. If we're still trying to find our Omni information. So that's kind of the line of questioning I'd like to ask, but I'm not really sure.
So we're gonna start with just have you seen anyone with scarification?
Yeah, that's my plan. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's people that engrave crocodile on them for power.
That's a common-ish thing, or?
It depends if you're tribals or not.
Okay, so like a tribal thing. I'm just not really familiar from where I'm from, so and we've seen some people like that, and I wasn't sure if that was.
It doesn't go in it. It's when you scut it, it bulges out.
Yeah, no, we can see this bitch's muscles.
That's not from here.
Do you know of any? Is there any tribes that would dye themselves colors as well?
It depends on
like
season and
purple
festivals. Yeah, purple. There's festivals
pretty
up north in the Asian culture. There's more Indian influence coming down. Yeah.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Do you know, and I'm sure this might be a bit taboo, and forgive my ignorance not knowing much here, but is there any type of people that would do anything with undead type enchantments?
It's illegal.
I would think so. I mean, where we're from, it generally is too, but you guys have such respect for the past and the way things are here. I didn't know if that was considered more of a mystic versus a forbidden.
Why are you looking for undead magical items?
Or potentially people who would manipulate in that type of way. We've encountered some people that were very
I'm looking for some.
questionable.
Maybe
as well.
one.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't think this is the right shops for you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm not trying to seem.
We mean no
inappropriate.
disrespect.
That's right. There we go. That's where I'm going. Sorry, sir.
Maybe they're just looking for information.
That's it.
Well, that information is not with me. If
Okay.
you excuse me, I think it's time for me to close her.
Okay.
Okay, and as I back out of there quickly, I'm going to go to the clothing shop across the street.
As soon as you
not the right
mention
person to ask those
necromancy,
questions.
you see that he is immediately disturbed.
So maybe we don't, openly talk about
Well,
this.
and I
with
wasn't trying to specifically say necromancy, but I mean, yeah.
Just gonna put that store's closed.
Oh no!
Alright, sorry, my bad, guys.
Walk back out into the street, all the people are slamming their shutters.
So-
Son of a bitch!
Every time, Bones.
Hello,
shut your
Hamora.
mouth.
Hi friend.
just cast
Or
darkness.
hi person.
There. Do I have the stats here? Okay. For a couple, we can mute it when that's happening, so it's not super booming loud on the mic.
That's a lot of us.
Hi, friends.
Yeah. Go. There we go. Put that. For mundane things, just for a little bit of expediency, and so we can buy the mundanity
mundane.
of during our break. The clothing shop would be is akin to Explorer's Kit,
Okay.
but will have clothing and conditions to survive in the desert
Cool.
and desert heat. So, in addition to the things it would have like clay pottery, goggles, masks for your face, specifically akin to be breathable but resist the sand. It also has a oil tonic that you can put on you, so a sunburn screen, and a turnip, so if you need to hide yourself from the heat, and including the rest of the gear that would be inside the explorer's kit.
Okay.
That man will also sell maps, any herbalism kits or medical equipment that you guys need, and behind them will be a slew of plants.
Can I use the explorer's kit that's attuned to this environment to update my previous explorer's kit so that I have basically an explorer's pack for both environments?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you do buy an explorer's kit from this area, anything that is for exploration out or survivability out in the desert, or anything that is attuned to the wilderness of Egypt and Africa, you have an advantage.
Okay.
Which it would be the equivalent price to an explorer's kit in a player's handbook, and I didn't write it down for some odd reason. So if someone wants to get that information, cool. Or we'll do it on break.
Yeah.
But
is
Is there a general package price for something like that we could do? Or?
yeah, the explorer's price that's on that.
I'm getting it.
Which it shouldn't be a terribly high price, maybe like 40 gold or something like that. But behind him, for the roleplay aspect, you do see this cactus that is currently moving. But there's something really fishy about the cactus. It doesn't have spines, needles.
It doesn't have needles?
No, it has boils instead.
It has boils?
Oh, they're so cute.
Which is part of the Middle East, which is not terribly far from where you guys are at.
I can't speak with plants.
It is sentient, I believe.
I know, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it can speak common or not.
I was saying that out loud because I wasn't prepared for a conversation.
Oh,
So what are you asking? As I mentally prepare myself to be a boiled cactus.
hi. What's your name?
Meme.
That's
Mimbulus Mimbelnitia. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but it's that is the name that it is in the who was it that had it? Longbottom. He had one. He was kind of proud of it.
What's your purpose, meme?
Stinky.
Stinky.
I make sticky stinkies.
Wow.
Why can't
As you're
everything be
talking
a
to it, you
plant?
see that the shopkeep, the man, the only thing noticeable about him is a little bit of untrimmed beard and extremely long fingers. You okay?
I really like plants, and this is an interesting one.
Yes, this is mine. But I can sell you it for a little price.
How
Or
much?
I can do I purchased it for 500 gold. Why do you
Can you
interested in
put a
this
price on a
plants?
friend?
As he looks at you can always put prices on friends.
Aw, not on my
What
friend.
is the interest in plants?
Friends or something.
I'm not from around here, and this is not native to my region at all. So I'm innately interested in both what it can do, and it's shown sentience without me having to cast any. Did I cast speak with plants or not? Can it talk?
Yeah, it cannot talk.
It cannot talk?
It cannot talk.
Okay.
It looks like it moves to your speech, but it did not talk.
Okay.
When you cast speak with plant, then it can communicate with you.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is aware that it exists, but it's a very, very low intelligent creature.
Did
More
we-
intelligent than most plants, but low intelligent. The fact that it is aware that it exists.
10.
How tall is it?
It's about yay big. Depending on a dice, it might be get bigger or smaller.
Okay.
Is
So
that
about a foot or two.
Does it have like legs or is it
No,
potted?
it's potted, completely potted.
Potted?
Yeah,
Can I jump?
it cannot jump.
Aw.
And it moves, but it just goes.
How heavy is it?
Probably between 1 pound and 5. I mean, it's if you do pick it up, it kind of feels like a jug with a whole lot of water. Kind of has that squashy sound.
I mean, it's
I
cute.
don't have a cousin that might sell things that are a bit more interesting over here in conversation from across the street.
Okay.
But you have to go to the Zuklusi down the road.
Where's that?
It's down the road.
Yeah, but where down the road?
Like,
Do I make a left or a right, or is it just?
You go down and take a left, and then when you see the man with the other eye that's missing, you go to the right, and then you actually have to do a secret sign. It's just down that way. The sarcasm level in this area is high.
Wow.
Don't
Okay,
patronize the
I'm gonna look to
man.
Mimi.
But when you do look over there at that side, you see that there's no street lamps or oil canteens. It looks intentionally darkened in that area.
So it's Borgin and Burks.
It is. It's nocturnal.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna look to Mimi and be like, alright, Mimi, will you take care of yourself, bud? And I'm just gonna very lightly pat
As
it.
you do, you see one of the boys go, and a horrible stink appears.
Oh no.
And he
Oh,
says,
nasty.
Like right on here.
no, just kind of a little bit, because gonna drops,
Oh.
like a little bit of milk just comes out of like one of the boils, and it's a horrific, god awful.
Neff's
like-
face is actually twitching.
It smells like manure, but like a rancid manure.
No!
Fuck's
No, no.
sake.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk away.
Note to self, glad I didn't spend 500 gold on that. Okay.
But I am buying
almost
it.
to the akin that there are usefulness to something like this.
Yeah.
I'll talk to it.
What do you say?
I'll basically just ask him what is your purpose, but you don't hear me talk.
What do
I
you
look
do?
at it.
What are you doing?
What is your purpose? My Kalashtar feet or my Kalashtar thingy.
If it had that quality, you could talk to it. So, all you see is Sir Leon just look at it for a second, and you hear nothing back.
God damn it. I guess he's not intelligent enough for me.
It's not. Speak with plants gives them sentience.
Yeah, but he has a special ability,
Ah.
and it requires them to have this similar ability to communicate with them.
Really?
So it's like druidic. It's just as useless.
From what I've read it, they have to have that capability first.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. And
I haven't
the
really
things
studied
also,
it. I was busy today.
we are doing a playtest of
Yeah.
a new a subclass for Ranger that
Ooh.
D&D is released.
That's awesome.
So we're gonna be working
Playtesting?
here and there. We are technically officially playtesting the Swarm Keeper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
That'll
there's-
be interesting.
Yeah.
That's why there's
Do they have
Ferris.
to have that ability first before you can communicate with them, or can you just communicate with them that way?
It says because what I was reading is I can communicate to any creature, and
In that way?
we don't have like telepathically,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have to know the same languages that I do. Like, I'll
Okay.
just automatically be able to talk to them.
Okay, if that is the case, and then
That's what in
the
read.
internet will yell at us if we're wrong.
that's what I read. I can.
What
I
is
could be wrong
We'll
too.
read it in a minute. But for the purposes of our game right now, what is your purpose? Is that what you asked it?
But yeah, that's basically. What is your purpose?
And
What do
it
you
will
do?
respond to you in a telepathic way. I make sticky stinkies.
So that's really what he does.
That's
He just
awesome.
do.
And
I
with
make
that,
really sticky things.
I wave by the little plant. I say, "Thank you for your help, shopkeeper."
Yes.
This is the place that has the explorers packs.
Yes, it has its own.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick up an explorers
Yeah,
pack real
yeah.
quick. Which
Yeah.
Is it 10 gold?
10
Okay.
gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I'm
Which
also doing that.
realize
Yes.
it's 10 gold for clothing, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money for you would also get the ration that's in there. So everything that's in
10
the crate.
rations, 10 torches,
We'll get that in all
Yeah.
that info in a bit. But yeah. So if you
I'll
guys,
tell you in the break.
if anyone wants to buy a survival gear for the desert, it is 10 gold.
and that's our ring and all the.
No,
No,
that's
the
that's
The ring is
separate.
separate.
yeah. That is a
that is
physical equipment that anyone can purchase to
close.
survive. Clothing, goggles, food,
Mask.
mask.
Does the mask
clay pottery to eat. It also have a little tiny rug so you can lay and not be covered in desert if you need to like relax.
Like a little pup tent or like cover or something.
Literally just a rug. Instead of a bedroll, it will have a rug for you to like lay down so you can sit somewhere and not literally sitting in sand.
But it won't have anything that would be like a tent cover.
No, it will not have. Yeah, no.
We still have our tent. So.
Yeah.
That's true.
With that, if you guys are gonna go to
the dark area.
I'm gonna go.
I'm
to the
gonna
dark
go get
area.
the ring.
Oh yeah, rings first, and and then
if you for
expediency.
If you guys do want a ring of cooling, the base ring that is 130 gold. The upgrade is 380 gold.
What is the upgrade?
What's the difference?
One protects you from the elements, and one protects you from the elements and supernatural elements of the desert, aka resistance to heat.
What? I have resistance to fireball?
For the sake of the expedientness of where we are, because we just are a little bit late, one shop that sells the sashes will sell sashes of fire resistance. It's just a sash of fire resistance. That is going to be a base price of 300. They also, you see, has a carpet that is kind of ever so twitching in the back. Carpet that is
twitching
moving.
Carpet.
It costs all the platinums in the world.
If you ask for the carpet, it's 8,000 gold for the carpet.
Fuck's sake!
Oh my goodness.
Someone figured out that selling cheap brooms of flying was a bad idea.
So
can I
carpets?
Can I go like this? Hey, you see this? I can give you money, but later.
The only magical weapons you'll find would be +1 scimitars or +2 scimitars, and they all have +1 or +2 daggers. The rings of cooling, which I gave you. The lady also has different rings. One ring looks like a feather wrapped around, and she describes that as a ring that will protect you from falls, just in case you decide to climb anything you shouldn't be climbing.
Very
One
cool.
ring literally has an emblem of a little what is the word?
Moody should have worn
It's old writing, all drawings on
Runes?
walls, not runes, but it says
Hieroglyphics.
hieroglyphics. Thank you.
Hieroglyphics.
A odd, almost mimic cartoonish hieroglyphic of a person who is in mid jump.
Ooh, ring of jumping.
Yes, ring of jumping, ring of featherfall, and then she has a lot of crystal stones that she promises if you buy one, you will never want to eat again.
You never what?
You would never want
eat.
to eat again.
Are there any mysticism enhancer fancy things?
What do you mean by mysticism? Because mysticism in our world and in this world is different.
Yeah.
Because this world has legitimate magic.
Yes,
So
I'm thinking of second sight, sight beyond, intuition, insight.
it is beyond what I have here.
Okay, fair.
So I'm gonna buy a ring of cooling.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand her
This is a
1,100 silver
Oh,
and
Wait.
and my 2 gems worth 100 gold.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
As long as it equals the correct pricing.
It does.
Okay. Then you're
what are you
good.
getting?
I'm getting a ring of cooling. Base ring.
Base ring. Okay. There's also
380.
380
upgrade.
is the ring of cooling, the greater ring of cooling, which grants you resistance to fire in addition to which you'll get in a minute. I'll give you guys the card. But the ring of cooling is a solid brass ring that glows red when it's absorbing the heat, and you or anything that you're wearing or carrying is unharmed by temperatures up to 150 degrees.
So it was 160 was the base.
I believe.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. 130. 380 is the greater, which, in addition to having that resistance, gives. But this one is a solid gold ring with the red ruby in the middle. This one gives you resistance to fire, so any fire damage will be cut in half, and it gives you the ability to anything that you have or you are carrying will resist temperatures of 150 degrees Up to 150 degrees.
How much is that one?
That is 380.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
immediate-
that's the fire resistance and the greater.
I'm getting the
cooling are
greater
the same
green.
price.
Okay. Yeah. If you just want fire resistance, they do sell stashes for 300, but does not have the ability to survive in the heat all willy-nilly.
After changing into desert gear and donning ring of cooling, I am immediately going to dark place.
Okay.
And that's
also,
gonna happen after break, I'm
all right.
sure.
Oh, yeah, sure. After break, we'll do that. If anyone wants to buy any of the mundane things, we'll do them in break, just in case anyone changes their mind. But if not, we're gonna go into the dark part of the bazaar.
Can I take out my parcel tongue staff and see if I can't call some
Snacky boys.
some fine little
Snacky boys.
Some snacks.
serpenty friends to me? Snackies.
Yeah, actually, you're gonna make some people mad, but you are
Uh-oh.
waking up their snakes. Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, do it.
Don't do it.
You do it.
I've already pissed off
already
one
done
guy.
it.
I mean, that's where I am.
You piss off one
I
of
just
them.
bring it out and just
Fucking British people just showing up and pissing off snakes.
Oh
and...
shit!
As you guys are getting a little bit of attention drawn on you guys now.
Okay.
I am trying to distance myself from her immediately.
But we'll do that.
Why not with you?
Is there anything specific that you want to do with the snakes once you've attracted them? You just want to talk to snakes?
I just want to talk to him and find out what's up. What's the good word, snakes?
How's life living in a terrarium? Like, what's up?
Or
They're
if
treated
they
nice.
know
they
of
wish they
any.
could have more food.
Oh.
What they rodents? Or?
Rodents and just whatever they feed them. Sometimes
Crickets?
small. Yeah, I was say small insects. One time a bird. That was good. It was a nice change of pace.
I don't have any birds.
I wish I had some. I probably have some like hardtack, but I don't know if that's or whatever
What is
we
that,
had.
Grizzly?
But with that,
Oh, he's got a bird
we're gonna
whip.
go on break, y'all, and we'll be back. And let's do our usual 15. We'll go back. To
Okay.
15.
Whoop.
We've got to.
Hey, yo, Vic. I've got the new script you sent us for the next episode. So we have new players. Who's Grayson? You know who that is?
Yeah, I'm reading that too. What's this? Torival? Torival?
So we have new players.
New players?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, dude. So it also says that the schedule's changed. We're playing on Mondays now.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, what happened to Tuesday?
That'll team out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well.
Okay.
Okay.
And just one last little thing.
And it's online now?
Yeah, that. So we're not playing in the studio anymore. It's all online. All right, man. That fucking works for me. All right. Cool. See you later. Bye. like
Just like the
Don't touch it.
desert.
Mark is out.
It's so hot. Ow! I burned myself.
So,
Like
One,
the desert.
2, 3, 4.
But I have
Oh, I
half
need one
damage
more.
because I got.
Sorry,
a
I'm
ring.
kind of looking at spells because I totally forgot to do that. Cause
I
I,
thought we
Desert
discussed that, Jeremiah.
I know, I was at work.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. So,
Can you
as you
move
guys
that turkey
are
in my
going to the darker area, you stop seeing the banners hanging around, which is different colors and decorations, to a more plain establishment. Instead of a cobblestone aligning with carpets, these are just legitimately just streets on wooden shacks or sometimes even stone blockage that is just has a front entrance and completely blocked inside. So it's the person whereas in the back looks shady. Very few oil lamps here and there illuminating, or a torch illuminating. And even though the sun is high and visible, they prefer to have shade completely around the whole area. And it's blanketed by just a tapestry going above them in some odd fashion you cannot
Not
see.
a supernatural darkness.
Not a supernatural darkness, it's just they're shady and they will remain shady.
Okay.
This is just where the night shift workers live, guys. It's fine.
It's fine.
They just want it dark so that when the sun goes down, they can go to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
to work.
there is if you so choose, there's going to be
These spells are
a lot of shops that are
From my
either
hand.
empty or literally
Or should I-
boarded up and closed, except for
Plant shop.
3.
Plant shop.
One will have plants.
Yes.
One man, when you see at front, he has a bulbous nose and he looks thin, but with a huge stomach, like he just overdrinks.
Reminds me of me.
He probably seen some stuff.
He looks not the friendliest and it has really few words and a kind of grumpy man. But you see behind him just a couple of glass containers, shelves essentially. One section has a slew of brass keys and the other one has black keys. And then he has a assortment of thieves' tools set out in front as a display, and you see that
Thieves'
underneath him he has more thieves' tools. You see that behind him is a glass like a tripod, but it has this glass orb that inside has these swirls of blue. You also see that he has a chest that's completely locked up, but it's at a corner back up against the wall. It's just a chest.
He's got a pet mimic? What?
Yeah. And behind him
Please don't do that.
are in a
Turn my
stand
back, holding upside
a mannequin, one red maroon robe, and as soon as you engage the robe and look at it for a couple of seconds, you see about 40 eyes just appear.
Whoa.
And then you see a pitch black cloak with inlining red and swirls that like mimic all around, but just some sort of arcanic writing that is too small to distinguish from where you guys are at. And it does have one mummified hand with a ring in the middle. That is also behind a glass case.
Aforementioned ring.
What
You
does
see
the ring
an
look
old
like?
lady. The ring, it looks like a very simple ring. It's just brass around with like little gold swirls and mimicking each other all the way around the ring.
That's
Is
cursed.
it a monkey paw?
That's 100% cursed.
Is it a human hand?
It looks human.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks human.
Fair.
That is like 120% cursed.
It's precious.
Mark my fucking words.
You also see a woman, old lady who doesn't really look at you guys in the eyes, and her head kind of shakes a little bit because she's too old to keep that up, and literally has buckets and containers full of multiple stones all around. The stones look akin to the one stone that lady said that if you buy this, you'll never want to eat again. But she has different assortment of colors, reds
If you
and
buy this, no one else can
diamonds.
eat again.
Well, you won't want to eat again. That's kind of how she was selling it. She was trying to make it sound like survivability if you buy this stone.
I
But,
already have berry. I don't need this shit.
Yeah. And you see one person who is in front of a shop who you see that on his he has a chain with this odd spotted lizard thing, pretty big, about the size of a dog, and it's blues and greens and has this kind of like weird horn on the side. And every time it does anything the man doesn't like, he kind of chokes at it, and you see Static Shock go around the lizard.
Oh, poor boy. I don't like that.
My dragon.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Where's my damn plant shop?
Those are the 3 shops that are open at the moment. The man has this lizard, but you see behind him is filled with cages. Cages.
I
wanna go over
I
there.
walk up to Lizard Man.
Yep.
Yes.
I want to
And-
see that.
Don't be ugly.
I say in Druidic, I'm looking for a cactuar.
Closest thing that I have. I'll show you. And you see, he says.
Did he understand me in Druidic?
He responded back, yeah.
Nice.
You see that he says a command word. He literally in Druidic just says guard. And you see that the lizard kind of spots start appearing on it. He grows a little bit, about an inch or two, and thorns and spikes appear. And you see that it just starts electrocuting and pulsating from it. Not in a dangerous proximity from you, but you see that.
He's put up a static field.
Yeah, it's well trained.
It's
Maybe not ethically trained, but it's well trained.
security.
Can I talk to it?
The lizard? What do you want to say?
I want to ask.
Are you using
What
the
is
staff for
yeah?
this?
What his name is? Well, I can try Draconic first if that works, but I doubt that. Or what its
Language
name
just doesn't
is.
know.
I'm not assuming gender. What its name is.
I actually don't think it knows.
No,
Not all lizards are draconic.
that's
No.
okay.
But I won't gonna
Parcel
understand that.
It does not.
Oof.
No Dracon.
It just looks
Can I
at
use
you.
my staff?
Sure.
It still doesn't work.
Nope.
You gotta. Draconic and parcel tongue in this universe are interchangeable.
I know.
They're basically the same thing.
Yeah,
The staff can talk to snakes. Yeah.
This and
But it was calling lizards, wasn't it, when we were in the forest?
Snakes specifically.
Okay.
so
I thought it was all reptiles. That's what you told me. It was like the staff of reptiles. I thought it wasn't just snakes.
If I did,
Okay.
because it was if you wrote down staff of reptiles,
I don't know what I wrote. Let me see. I don't even remember, honestly. Jesus. I just got the impression that it would talk to more than.
Lee, I love you. Your character
Creepy
sheet
things.
is so hard to
It
navigate.
is,
Yeah.
yeah. I was just saying I need to redo it.
we will talk about that specifically out of game to fine tune what it is
Right.
exactly. Because
So
I didn't give you
fair.
a card, so that's also probably parts of my bad.
That's okay. No worries.
So he walks me back into the shop.
Yes. You see that he pulls down a sheet on this, like, a really large bird cage.
Uh-huh.
And you see a odd plant. It's a cactus. It has a base part of a cactus. And you see it's doing this. And it has arms. It kind of looks at you.
Does it have a face?
It has a face.
Oh.
And it looks kind of and it kind of looks back and just stays. As one arm is pointing down, one arm is pointing up.
I cast speak with plants.
What do you say?
I say, why are you in the cage, buddy?
You see a little bit. The cactus literally jumps out of his pot and has 2 legs, and is a humanoid cactus. And it kind of rushes. Doesn't have any fingers or anything, but presses its meaty net, its stubs onto the part of the cage. You ask why it's in there.
Yeah, why are you in the cage, bud?
Can you get me out?
Will you follow me if I do?
Yeah.
I look to the man and I say in Druidic, how much?
For that sack of nothing, 200. And when it says that, you see that it kind of, it looks. Roll a perception first.
Do I have disadvantage on this? I still have a
I
point
mean,
of exhaustion.
Yeah, technically
Can
you do.
Can I as well? Because I'm literally with them.
You didn't say you were with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like as far as
Perception?
he's aware, I'm the only one that walked into the
Oh, well,
shop.
I said I walked
You have
over
a
with them, but okay.
I do have the
Negates
shield.
it, so it's a straight up roll.
Straight roll.
Straight roll. Good eye.
Thank you.
I just
I know
talked
that
to the
shield. I
little
have that
dragon.
shield.
Yeah,
thing.
Sentinel
Right.
Shield's
It-
freaking
It
awesome.
understands what you're saying. It
It
just
didn't
cannot
respond.
speak.
Okay, fair.
That's a 2.
Um,
Well, plus 6, that's an 8.
8. You hear a, and then when you see back, but from it, like it made a sound, but you didn't quite see what happened. So you know that when it insulted it, it made some sort of like something. Maybe it has more than what you think.
Can it understand common?
It's starting
I mean,
to-
I'm already speaking with plants with
Yeah.
it, but I wonder if it would understand the outside of that.
It sounded so cute. Hear it, but that sounds cool.
I'm gonna hand him 30 platinums and tell him to be nicer to plants from now on.
This
Ooh,
you
money bags over here.
kind of pick something out of a cage and kind of, sure.
Cool.
And you hear out loud in common, can you open the cage now?
What's your name?
You give me one.
Okay. Guys, give me inspiration on a name for a sentient cactus.
Spike.
I'm absolutely not. I named my hamster that when I was young.
I was gonna say something, but that's.
I was
fantasy.
trying to
Cuddles.
think.
I don't
It was
know.
a
I
Final
was trying to
Fantasy
think of
character.
something kind of like.
It's Cactuar.
I know
Yeah.
Cactar.
That's why I showed him the picture. Like, does it look like
I know
this?
exactly what a cactar
Like,
is.
does it look like this?
I mean, kind of, yeah.
I was
Looks like,
thinking-
it looks like a literally humanoid cactus.
Yeah.
Pointy.
No.
I mean,
That's-
I'm
what
going to assume that all
It's
this is
to
like
the
a
point.
second of you thinking, because, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
all I'm gonna suggest is something that sounds really cool and you yell it. Because I feel like this guy's gonna be a little bit of trouble.
Something that sounds cool when you yell it.
Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace.
I actually,
Henry.
Dennis! Oh yeah, that's Henry constantly.
So, as what are you?
Singing
spine
Bob.
roll.
Spine roll?
Spine roll.
Spine
Roll?
And then you
Spine roll.
When the cage gets open, you see kind of jumps up a little bit, and you see go boom boom spine roll. And when it does, you see that little tiny thorns
Wonderful.
appear on the nose.
Wonderful. Yes.
Where are we going?
Okay. You're my traveling companion.
I am built for combat, and I'm ready to fight.
We don't
Wonderful.
always need to fight, bud.
But I am built for combat.
I know you're built for combat, but can you understand me outside of speak with plants? Like, because I'm using a spell to communicate with you right now.
I am smart enough to know that I was built for combat.
Oh my
I love him. Okay.
Dang, you're gonna be yelling this name.
Boy.
Spyro!
So
I choose you.
I'm gonna look to the shopkeeper and I'm gonna say thank you in Druidic.
Of course.
And
You need anything else? Anything with wings? Maybe a
Ooh.
claws or breath? You're mad.
I prefer the planty boys.
What kind of wing things do you have?
But I'll let my
Are
friends.
you yelling that from the outside?
I'll
I'll
look to the
how,
shop.
how close was I when I tried to talk to
You need to
the guy?
walk inside a completely different compartment.
And there's
Yeah.
literally a spiky lizard
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
electricity.
I'm just
guarding
waiting for
the
them to
front.
come back, and I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
talk
who I
to
was
the guy.
talking
Yeah.
to. So
Which
I
we can go back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll let the shopkeep know that. I'll let my friends know that
yes,
you're.
I would yell that from the outside. I'm nosy. I'd
Okay.
be overhearing them.
If
Eavesdropping, if you will.
you want griffins or
I can literally talk to
sentient
you 60 feet.
dogs, we have those.
What do you find?
Hmm.
Sentient dogs?
Yes. Well, they're hyenas.
Eat, eat.
I'll be like, this is a sentient dog.
Is, the lizard
smell.
is when you're talking to it in a peaceful tone, it understands and does. If you talk to it nicely, you get that it's gonna do what you say. If you're not yelling at it,
Hmm.
Yeah.
He gets yelled at a lot. Huh?
he gets
Oh,
yelled at.
poor
Yeah, he
boy.
gets yelled at a lot. They're shock lizards specifically.
I'm gonna bid the shopkeeper good day and say, "Come on, Spine Roll. Let's go meet my
As soon
friends."
as you go by,
Spine
you see it kind
wonderful.
of gets his guard up. You can see little thorns go onto his spine as he's walking around the lizard. You fight that one. And
No,
points
no,
right
no,
at
no.
Sonya. Both that one. It is my challenger for today. And it kind of gets in a very specific boxer stance, and you see that kind of its feet start moving, like mimicking like a boxer.
Spine roll. We're in town, bud. Like,
The town is my enemy.
and the town is not your enemy. We'll get you something to fight. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime
What
within.
is my purpose if I am not
If
fighting?
we-
Your
Real
quick.
purpose is to be my traveling companion.
What a shameful purpose.
Hey, I run into a lot of mean things in the.
Oh, mean things get punched.
Mean things will gladly get punched.
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to be my
Is he-
anti-pacifist puncher.
As long as I get to punch.
Of
Could
course.
be your vigilant
Just don't punch my
eye,
friends,
too.
okay?
Okay.
I'm
Which
friends.
ones are friends?
Okay,
I'm friend.
I'm gonna walk out of this. I'm gonna walk out of the shop past the lizard boy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to gesture to the party, and I'm going to be like, "These are my friends."
He's going to ask, but you're gonna.
He's talking
yeah.
in common.
He's talking.
That's what I'm trying to think.
I think he's intelligent enough. to
Yeah,
know.
he's talking in common. But he will also mimic Druidic if you speak to it Druidic. And you're gonna catch on that it knows a little bit more languages than it should. But each person, he's going to ask, "Are you an opponent?" And if you say no, he's gonna literally ask every single person if it can fight that person.
We can play fight later, or we can actually
There is
fight
no
later.
play. There is only death.
I like you.
I'm gonna stand back from you.
I like you.
I'm assuming you're in the process of rolling stats for my boy.
There are stats being made. I didn't make any for any of the creatures that you might have purchased, just because I didn't want to spend the whole day making things that you weren't going to use.
Fair.
I
But yes,
wanna
there
see
are
the
going to be
dogs.
stats for our boy.
This freaking boy. Is
I want to see the sentient dogs. Hyenas.
They're literally hyenas. Like when he shows it, it's just a hyena in a cage.
And there was Griffin and...
He has griffins and hyenas for sale.
Oh, I thought he said something else with wings. Just Griffins?
Just griffins.
Okay.
He calls the hyenas dogs and the griffins winged beast.
Wait, are the griffins hippogriffs?
Yeah, hippogriffs. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, big.
Yeah, they're big. They're big, meaty,
Like horses?
horse-looking things with claws like eagles and a beak like an eagle.
I
Yeah.
kind of dig that, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're very, very expensive.
58,000 for each.
Holy Christ!
How much are the hyenas?
7,000.
Hold on, let me go
That's
to Green
still
Buff.
too rich for me.
Okie
That's still
dokie.
too rich for me.
You see when he says it's too rich, a small hyena kind of appears, and in common says, "But we can travel together." And you see like as soon as he said that, the man kind of
Goodness.
hits the cage and he's with his fist.
I told him to be nicer to plants. I didn't say anything about animals.
How much for the little one? 7?
8.
8? Why?
The
Why?
young ones
Because
are.
you wanted.
Ah,
Ah, that's a great way to run a business.
he
dude.
might have been nice to me because I was talking to him in a different language.
Not
I don't know
common.
this.
They were speaking a very secretive.
Druidic.
It's the secret language of druids.
I'm just talking in common because.
Why isn't our thief talking to him and can't?
Thief is probably like neck deep in the thieves' tools, and like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah,
You got robbed.
yeah. So we'll discuss Mr. Pointed Nose Man in a minute. But we
I
want
want
to.
some thief can up in here and see
Yeah.
if we can get some manipulation. I could charisma this stuff, but I feel like I'm gonna just start shooting. I'm getting mad at this guy.
He's definitely not a peaceful person, and is bending and using his abilities to capture animals,
Yeah.
magical beasts, and
Yeah.
selling them in a black market.
So I have this friend named Nude. I probably want to meet you. No, I'm just not saying that. I'm just thinking.
oh, I'm making a mental note to like point Nude out to this place.
Oh,
and show him
you
a thing or two.
shut the fuck out of this place down immediately.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was gonna do too. I was actually gonna
Like
ask
I
the
got
guys
what
to-
I came for. I have my spiny boy.
He might bring this opalescent friend. You just watch your shit. But I'm just thinking this. I'm
No.
not saying.
Okay, I'm literally gonna look at the guy and I'm gonna be like,
Freeze your ass.
so what do you have for, let's say, 500?
500 gold. A door.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, this guy.
What was your name again?
Annoying.
You can leave now.
Like I said, he was probably being nice to me because I was speaking Druidic. And I was looking for plants.
And it wasn't nice, it was just cold.
It was understanding
Yes.
of one another.
I am selling you something because we have a similar background. But I'm here to run a business, and my business is dangerous on my end, so if you're not here to buy, then leave.
Gotcha.
In a very rude way.
I'm going to spend the next hour just kind of in the middle of the street trying to get some training in with spine roll. Not like boxing, but trying to train him how to maybe be a little more civil in like non-threatening environments.
Roll me a persuasion.
Neff is literally walking out of that place and she is fuming.
And also like having a conversation like, how long were you in the cage for? Like, oof. Persuasion? That's a 9.
He doesn't understand the meaning of don't put your fist up. Also 15 months.
He was in the cage for 15
Inside
months.
the cage for 15 months.
How old is he?
Oh, shoot.
Do cactuses understand the concept of time?
He would.
Okay.
He's probably he would say about 7 years for you human.
Okay.
Yeah. But he has a more mature outlook on things.
Yeah, punching.
I like him.
Yeah. But going on to a different shop. For the sake of
Time.
because it is.
Oh crap! It's already 9.
Yeah.
Since we started so late, do we want to run till 10? Can we run till 10?
As long as everyone's okay with that. Do you guys want to do a little bit longer?
I'm off tomorrow, so I don't care.
We do have so let's just we'll make it a good cutting point for next week, since we are having a game next week because it's before Thanksgiving, not on Thanksgiving.
It's before it.
Yeah.
So we're good.
The thieves' tools are masterwork thieves' tools,
Oh shit!
which means they will not break.
What?
Nice.
How much?
Whatever.
He says in thieves can't.
Do you talk in thieves' cant?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you say?
All the things.
How much for these that don't break?
Roll me persuasion.
Is this the room that has the orb in it, or the
Yeah.
balls?
Everything else. One shop has the illegal magical creatures. One shop will have magical stones that will be called ion stones. Depending on what you buy, what color they do different things physically or mentally. And then the other shop is the kind of bulbous man with a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see exactly how much they will cost you. Because I should have looked this up and had it ready, but I didn't.
I'm interested in the drinking man.
17.
17 on persuade. Okay. Then he will tell you the correct price. Where the fuck are they? So 225 gold. For Master of Thieves. 225.
That is totally worth.
That's
For
actually
tools that will never break.
That is totally worth.
That's worth.
I would call that overpowered, actually.
Does that mean that you will never fail a check? It just means that they will not snap or break or misuse, nor will you have to purchase.
They're permanently reusable. Like you never have to buy another thieves kit again.
Yep.
That's something I needed when
Yeah.
I was opening that.
He
freaking
mentions
mage tower.
that these are made out of young dragon bones. And these are made out of young dragon bones encoded in silvers and metals. That's why the inlining is what will not break.
Not going over there. Going to the
I'll go
big
ahead and take
man.
them.
Haggle.
So
I didn't understand any of that. They're in thieves'
they're
camp
talking
anyway,
thieves camp.
so.
They're just saying words about keys and you also
How much nay on the thieves?
you notice
Tools.
that
Pig.
a specific item that is almost a thief's dream. He has keys of lock and keys of open.
Just by the name of it, feels like I know what they're gonna do.
Keys of lock are $375 each key, one time use. Keys of open are $875 each,
Of
one time
course, it
use.
is more expensive. Freaking open.
The drift globe.
Well, I'm buying the tools.
Okay, sure. I did not put a price for the drift globe, which a drift globe is literally a glass cylinder that will float up to 60 feet around you, and you can move it back and forth. That literally illuminates. It is specifically made for tomb raiding.
And mage.
Is this the same place that has that cloak, right?
Yes. And
That cloak is out of your price range. I already know.
The way you describe that.
The
that's
cloak, the pitch black cloak is 6,000 gold, and the robe with
cheaper
eyes
than I thought.
is 3,000 gold.
It's cheaper than I thought. I thought that was gonna go like 15.
Okay. I'm just gonna take the thieves' tools and then I'm gonna walk out. And I'll be like, I'll be back later.
As he goes, remember me well.
Ooh.
And since no one asked, no price was mentioned on the ring, and since no one asked about the chest, nothing was mentioned about the chest. If you want ion stones, those are extremely expensive. The cheapest one's starting at about 500 gold.
Only 500?
Only 500 gold.
What's an ion stone?
It depends, as the old woman with her head shaking, as though it looks, We're on perception, everybody. That is with the woman. You got about a detail.
I don't know where I am.
You're with them.
No,
Sure.
it was in the movie. It
Nothing.
was a snake.
Oh, that's the,
For fuck's sake, cow!
that's the cow dice too.
Okay. 23 is almost a failure.
21.
Oh, I
That's a
definitely.
failure.
This is perception?
7.
Yeah, perception.
18.
Oh, me, 25.
25? Alright, so
That's why I said for fuck's sake.
you don't see it, but you know that something every now and then, almost clockworkly, obscures her vision just ever so slightly, as if there's something moving around, several things moving around her head that are completely, well, not completely, but it has a camouflage to it. As Sonya, you hear it every so often, and you're pinpointing it on her face somewhere, but you're noticing that, context clues, some of these stones might be floating around her head, and she looks like she should have been dead way long ago. She's just skin and bones, and her head's shaking ever so often.
Ooh.
I cannot see invisibility.
You see several stones floating around her head. Reds, blues, yellow stone. You see a lot of stones floating around her head. As I'm trying to get a specific fuck price for all these shits. Because iron stones are very amazing and expensive.
I want to point to one that's invisible and be like, what does that one do?
This one makes me smarter. This one rejuvenates any limb that I might lose. Shit. I have one for strength. As you see, she kind of picks up the table a little bit easier than it should.
Ah.
I also have one for foresight. Fortune and awareness.
Foresight.
Oh boy.
Foresight, you say?
Yes.
Sonya's just like, I am rock hard right now.
But this one is mine, and mine alone, unless you're willing to pay 60,000.
60,000.
Oh my god.
Would you go down to 600?
Oh, wow.
Drop a couple zeros off that, bud. Let's try this again.
And you see that one kind of glows a little bit in your see invisibility, and she laughs. She says nothing, but she laughs when she looks at you. So I apologize in my ignorance. The cheapest ion stone will be 1,200.
Okay.
Which one's that
Let's
one?
go.
Iron Stone of Protection, which grants you a +1 to your AC.
Plus
Oh,
1
that's
to
what
AC.
Foresight one does, and then like, okay.
Yeah. There's awareness, fortune, insight, intelligence, leadership, Mastery Stone, the Protection Stone, the Regeneration Stone, the Reserve Stone, the Stone of Strength, and the Stone of... I don't want to eat anymore. What was it called? Substance Stone. But again, the cheapest one is 1,200 gold.
I want to look at her and be like, I already have enough foresight. I just need my third eye, and then just walk away.
All right.
I'm gonna look.
Maybe she'll say something.
I'm debating talking to her about our friend who has inverted scarification.
Sure. What do you want to say?
Be very careful with your words.
Yep, that's what I'm like. Okay, Neff. Fuck.
Wait, what's your intelligence? This might not be smart for you.
Is she smart enough
I'm
to know
actually
she's
pretty
not
smart.
Okay, you're a pretty smart
19.
barbarian. Okay.
I think there's one
All
person
right.
who should be talking to her, but not us.
Yeah, probably, but okay.
Oh, and the invisibility lasts like an hour, so if anything else pops up.
Yeah, invisible. Yeah, totally.
I'm going to poke Sonya on the shoulder with my beak from my, from my plague doctor
Sure.
mask, and I'm going to say, "Ask her things about Omni." Ask her things about Omni. I whisper.
Oh, I'm gonna
Whisper's
backtrack and be
very
like, you look so pretty, but like, do you know who Omni is? Right? Yeah.
I'm gonna
persuasion.
walk up.
Closest shop.
I'm gonna walk up to her and say, our friend Omni told us about this wonderful place. She has.
Oh fuck. That's
Roll me-
deception.
Roll me deception.
Yep.
Is that what you're good at? Because I am.
I'm using a divination
Well, then
roll.
why aren't you
Okay.
doing it? Because I wasn't going to.
What was it? What's the total?
19.
What's your deception?
I haven't rolled yet. Okay. 16. Probably not.
Can
good.
I also jump in?
No.
Do you want
Might be
to?
needed.
I don't think it's needed.
Probably not good.
Well,
I'm going
that's
to a
your
different
decision.
shop.
If you want to.
I'm just
I don't
still-
know where you're located. I thought you were still in the plant or in the.
No.
Everyone's
Once I
the
asked him
liberty
about the
sky.
wing thing, and
Yeah.
then as soon as Neff was walking away, I was walking away because
Okay.
there was nothing I was gonna.
I assume
buy.
everyone's close to the stone lady.
Yeah, I want to be within earshot of most things happening, just like it.
Are you jumping in?
So
or not?
19 and a 16?
Yeah.
I'm just standing.
You don't have to lie.
She's really smart.
She's got the foresight eye on. Remember?
And every
Yeah.
other one.
She has quite a few mental ones and one for strength. She kind of looks over towards your new friend. Mention the name Midian.
Huh?
You might know.
The name what?
Midian.
Midian? Jot that down, Jotter.
I'm working on it, dang it. How do you spell it?
This is why.
Is it spelled like median?
Yeah, like
Except-
median, but with an I, I believe, instead of an A.
Mid. IAN.
I just want to make sure I'm getting the right spellings and stuff. Midian.
I'd like to go see the man who looks
I
like he
think
drinks.
it's time for me to go.
Yep. That's what I was like.
And with
She
that,
closes shop.
I'm going to look to spine roll and be like, let's go find an inn. I'm exhausted.
I need everyone to roll perception. As you see that she's kind of moving back, and you see that she says a couple of words and an incantation in Arabic, and all the stones start. You see a what is that called? It's like a plant. It's
Pretty sure I don't see it.
it's a you make holders, containers with it.
Papyrus?
Not papyrus. It might be papyrus, but it's a grassy.
Vine? Is it like a
Palm?
cluster of vines?
No,
that form a container?
it's like the tan.
Like a reed?
Yeah, reeds. Reeds go around each one of the pockets that are holding all the stones. And as she's disappearing, it almost seems like they're sinking into the sand as she's molding and contraption into the stone behind her, as though she's not wanting to be here immediately.
No
Fair.
shit.
What did we get on perception?
We've
26.
tipped off
Okay,
enough
you see.
people what we're asking
I
about.
definitely
It's
probably don't.
perception?
It's 13.
Yeah, so unfortunately.
Yeah, I got a 13 also.
15.
Unfortunately, it's a fail. Wolf Boy, what do we get?
25.
Okay.
We saw her
Wolf,
disappear
yeah.
that way.
Everyone's seeing her disappear, and that's kind of what's attracting you guys. But
Someone
Griswold and Jericho have heard something.
29.
And Sonya. And Sonya.
Her leaving Sonya is not because of what they're saying. You get the immediate feeling, I should look behind me.
Oh,
And-
great. We've already called it upon us.
When you do, and you guys hear like footsteps trying to be quiet on the sand,
There we go.
but not so. You three turn around and see a total of 7 individuals, all cloaked behind. One will have a short sword out, kind of looking at it. And every other one, you see that they have cloaks around them, completely black, black on black on black, obscuring everything on them. You can't even tell if it's a man or a woman. They all look thin. They all look like they are
Combat ready?
combat ready for sure, and intentionally hiding what they have. The only thing that you might both see is like a bulge of that's probably a crossbow, or because it's not holding it the same shape as a sword. As the one man who kind of he's not covering his face at all. You see him. He looks fairly old. You see little streaks of silver hair underneath. Well.
I turn
Wolf
around.
boy, we meet again. I think time for some fucking hunting season, don't you? And he spits down. Yeah, I fucking reckon it's time for some hunting.
I have my
Boy.
I have my maul out ready to
Put
go.
out,
And,
put out my swords. Okay.
I rage.
Okay.
I'm going to flourish my staff out and be like, spine roll.
I
And
kind of envision us doing like the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger thing.
everyone getting ready as a group of clothed individuals with some sort of purpose, immediately identifying
Jericho.
Jericho as a wolf,
Mm-hmm.
specifically calling him boy.
I rage.
He's in
Don't
human
rage
form
yet.
though, isn't he? He hasn't changed.
He has not changed. No.
They don't get to jump on me, okay?
They're not my friends. Sorry.
As you have unleashed your
I
respectable-
haven't unleashed him. I'm just like
Okay.
at the ready.
Okay, he is at the ready.
And
We are raging?
Yep.
Alright. We're going to roll initiative, jot this down, and that's where we're starting next
Can
game.
I just go on my broom and was like, I don't know, y'all. Bye.
Bye!
I get advantage.
Totally.
Such a
too late, you're in this.
Such a short-lived friend.
We're gonna roll off initiative right now, and then we'll see what
That
happens.
was a natural 20.
You got a net, of course. Why would you not? This is your fight right now.
What is your total?
24 total.
21?
Not 20.
What did you get total? What's total?
23.
Okay.
I'm
So
22.
you will
Wait.
go before him.
You got 23?
Hey, look
Hang
at
on,
this.
hang on.
That's the cow dice.
I
You
got,
did-
I
And
got
I'm
24 total.
first.
Do you want me to write this down
Wait,
as
he got
it goes?
24.
yeah.
Jesus, he got
No,
24.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
24.
24, 23, 22.
Okay, one sec, because I think I accidentally
Sonya got 35.
he might have gotten a higher number. and I
35.
can't remember. Where
Every
is
time.
his freaking sheet? Oh, here it is.
Well, okay, I'm not first in the
Sorry.
initiative. I thought the cow dice will let me go first in the initiative.
Yeah, no, yeah, he did get 23. Okay,
Okay, so
so
I
it
don't have
is
a
going
plus
to
9
be
this time.
Jericho goes first with 24. Then is Jones,
Leon
Leon Jones.
or Dr. Jones.
So,
Leon.
so
Right.
Leon. Then
22.
he got 23.
No, I know. I said I got 22 after
no.
someone else got
No.
23.
Yes.
Yes.
The hunter got 23.
Nice.
Okay.
Then it's Bones.
Okay.
I was just telling you what I got. I don't know where I am.
I got a 17.
20 are the rest of the hunters.
Rest of the hunters.
20.
They got
How
20.
many? How many?
Goodness.
Three?
Six hunters.
There's total of 5 additional hunters.
Okay.
Then
There's-
and then
so,
the rest of the party, I guess.
The head hunter. he-
That's bad.
He's
I
yeah.
think he's very dexterous.
So the head hunter goes first, then Bones, and then 16 with the dexterity being 4. They got a 20. So then the rest of the hunters go. So hunters times 5.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Now 15 up.
18.
17.
All right, then Griswold, and then we have Neff.
Where is spine roll going in this?
Spawn roll is going to go on
Right
your orders.
next-
On my orders?
Isn't it like right?
Just right after
Right
you.
after.
So in your turn,
That's
it's
what
gonna go.
Warlong did.
Yeah.
So.
For long, it's easier for everyone if it goes on your turn.
Okay.
And I think Sonya's at the end then.
Is
What did you get, Sony?
Is Cactus Boy?
She got a 1.
I got a 1
bonus
with a
action
3.
to move it?
All right,
Bonus
so
action to move it?
I'm pretty sure
no,
we're
because it's not trained. It's gonna act on its own.
I am raging. I'm just letting you know.
All right. So everybody,
I guess mark
because
it
the
down that
fight
you're
is going to
rage.
take a little bit longer than 10 minutes, and that's our end cap.
Yeah.
We're gonna have unfortunately a short session, but we're gonna have a bloodbath
Like,
next.
next game, I'm
Can't
already.
just tell him, just like, unmask yourself. you
Bye
cowards.
bye, hunters.
You do see one female woman kind of unmask herself in front of you,
Son
and
of a bitch.
she looks at you, and then she just immediately gets a crossbow pointing right at Jericho.
Oh, backstory.
Uh-oh, is that your ex?
Backstory drama.
I love Steph
Your-
is like,
Your
that's that.
face is the best. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, I need you to go to the game, watch it all the way through
Go
to the
to
end,
YouTube,
just for that
Divine
face,
Conquer.
because that is glorious.
Yeah, that was freaking great.
All right, guys, we'll pick this up next game.
Woo! I'm sick. I'm so excited. I'm
All right.
gonna beat so much ass.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this amazing learning experience of D&D and stream. And
Extreme.
We love
D&D.
you all.
And since I don't have my wand physically here, you have a wand. All right, guys. No, you wand was at the ready.
Wand is at the ready.
Wand
Just,
at the ready.
woo!
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.